Jeddah is a city that had no continuous water supply or main sewerage system. This short film tells you about the work that is being done to install a wastewater system in the north of the city. Apartment blocks, villas and offices each have their own septic tanks, which are emptied by a huge fleet of yellow tankers. To achieve this, the components of the system that had to be designed, tendered and constructed were household connections, main and branch lines, deep tunnels, a major lift station, a wastewater treatment works, and a sea outfall. All of these are challenging construction projects. Possibly the most challenging is the deep tunnel system. This collects water from the main and branch lines in the city. At its maximum, the tunnel is 3.5 meters in diameter and 70 meters deep. It runs for 15.8 kilometers from deep within the city to the airport treatment works. There are a total of 39 access shafts. The ground conditions for the tunnels are mainly rock, gypsum and sandstone at the upper end and salty sand and gravel in the last drive section. The tunnel system will take wastewater from over 2 million people and convey it to a screening system located in a huge shaft 70 meters deep into the ground. This will remove any large objects which could damage the pumps. Two pumping stations are being built in a further 2 shafts, also 70 meters deep. Initially 3 and eventually 5 pumps in each shaft, and each pump taking over 2 megawatts in electrical power. Eventually the whole electrical load for the site will be over 20 megawatts, enough for a reasonable sized town. The base slabs for the pumping stations are 5 meters thick. These are now complete and have each been constructed in one pour. Every 5 minutes for 36 hours, a concrete mixer entered the site to supply the concrete for each of the pours. The logistics had to be very carefully planned. A collection of ancillary buildings will house the electrical apparatus and power generators. There are 2 generator buildings and 2 motor control centre buildings. The pumping stations will deliver the wastewater to a collection chamber. From the collection chamber, 3 pipes will convey the wastewater by gravity to the airport treatment works. A sea outfall sized to take 1.1 million cubic meters a day is now being constructed to take the treated effluent from the airport treatment works to the Red Sea. As you have seen, this is a huge project with some major engineering works. The various components of the system are now being brought together to form a complete wastewater collection and processing system. The people of North Jeddah will soon be able to decommission their septic tanks and rely on a mains sewerage network.